absolutely loves it. And it's funny because, like it's 2009, she went get the windows tinted, and the guys look at the car going, this is 2009. Like, like there's usually no car left by now. And she absolutely adores the car. She keeps running it through the car wash in the morning.
And wear the paint down.
Yeah, well, the good news is it's coming off anyways. I mean, that car needs a paint job now. It's rusty in the rear quarter and stuff. I'm not sure, but this car's got paint scratches all over it. And I've been watching some stuff on how to repair paint scratches with the kits that are most effective on that Project Farm. And
who's that guy again?
That Project Farm's the guy that does all the testing.
Oh, the one, the insane one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I want to like again uses a lot of semi-scientific method to choosing the products. And I think I'm gonna look at getting one of the kits he recommended. And I think that's going to be a video on this car, because this has paint scratches on every panel and it's black. So
right.
I think
you see everything.
Really good to see if we can get some scratches on it. This thing needs a little bit of love too. I spent some time on it. There's a vibration. There has been since I bought it, and I'm pretty sure that clunk. I'm pretty sure those two are going to be drive shafted. So I'll have to get into it before winter. I'll freeze my ass off doing it.
Yeah, that's the one I feel in the floor here.
Yeah. It's not tire. I thought it was tire for the longest time, and I changed the tire, same issue. So like it's just subtle enough, but that clunk from forward to reverse has got to be.
Oh yeah, there's that thing too.
I'm sure that's drive shaft. I'm sure it's just the whole joint. But the bike did well. I thought for sure I would get a little bit of like a V-twin that's air cooled like that. I would have thought it would have given me a little bit of trouble. It didn't give me any trouble at all.
Well, that's good. I guess they weren't going for max power with the thing, so it's not like you're trying to drive a Ducati in traffic or something like that.
Well, that's a different problem. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed I really enjoyed driving that V-Star. It's a great bike. I mean, I thought it'd never be into cruisers. Like I never thought that would ever happen for me. But it's been awesome.
Well, it's always nice to find, especially when it's unexpected like that, something that you really enjoy way more than you thought. Yeah. It's more exciting. Well, I guess that's a different type of excitement from anticipating something and getting it and then enjoying that. It's like a different feeling.
It was funny to research on it too, because I was going to buy a Harley. I was just, me. I was just going to go out and just get a Harley because, well, that's what you do if you've resigned to life and you want to buy a cruiser. You go buy a Harley. I figured I've had enough with maintenance. I got a Jag already. I don't really need more maintenance in the driveway. I wasn't going to go buy anything that was going to be high maintenance, really. So I started looking, like Googling actually Harley alternatives, and the V-Star is a great alternative for not a lot of money.
Well, I mean, if people mistake it for a Harley, it's certainly
all the time.
Yeah. And even when it's going down the road, I mean, obviously people who aren't very familiar with Harleys, but if it's that close, it's going to have some of the characteristics you enjoy of them, right?
I get compliments on that bike everywhere I park it. I don't think I've come back to my parking space where there's been somebody else around who hasn't said something about that bike. and that's, for the $2,500 I have into it, I don't see the value in spending more money on a bike. Like, really, I don't. I mean, even, like I said, like buying my used stuff, I know I'm going to have the odd problem with it. I know the starter clutches aren't good on 1100 V-Stars. I know that, at some point, it's got 50,000 kilometers on it. At some point, it's going to need a clutch. It's going to need this and that. But it's all minor stuff, If you can do it yourself, you're saving yourself so much money.
Yeah.
You take that to a shop for a starter clutch, $1,000. That's where you're going to be in Ottawa, anyways. I mean, I know in the States and stuff, there's enough shops down there to do that for $400, $500. But up here, it's $1,000. Like in Canada now, more so than anywhere else, you want to have a boat or you want to have a bike, that's a luxury item, period.
Well, I guess because for the vast majority of Canadians, it's going to be a seasonal investment, right? Whereas if you're living in the southern states, you're on your bike all the time, you're on your boat all the time.
Yep. Well, the boat thing up here too is just crazy.
Yeah, well, plus we're not near the ocean, right? So
no.
So we don't have quite the the waterfront real estate to have a thriving boating community like they do in Montreal or Toronto or Halifax or something like that.
Even in Montreal, the real estate, everything is so expensive that it just doesn't make sense to spend that kind of money on a boat.
Yeah.
But unless you've got it to spend like this guy here, you know, like he's doing pretty well. You know, I think I like.
All right.
I like the fuel economy. He must be getting towing that boat. You know, we got to put bigger tires in there. You know. But AC's working in here today.
Yeah, it's feeling good. The so I'm not getting much AC in mine. No.
I'm gonna have to play around with that a bit.
I don't use AC a lot, but just to let you know, because I feel that it didn't quite do the trick on my Saturn Opel.
Oh shit! I'll have to take a look at that. Well, I mean, it could be that. Well, you said it wasn't working too great before either. So it could still be that there's a, you know, like it's not. Well, the AC systems that they have, like they tell you not to refill them like we're doing, but because essentially when they refill them, in most instances they're pulling it through under vacuum. So they're vacuuming on one side and then they're pulling through on the other.
Right.
So there could be air.
That's true.
And so that's the thing.
So how do you bleed? Is it possible to bleed?
In those particular instances where it's not working, you pretty much have to go to an AC shop and then plug it in and give it a shot. It might be worthwhile. You know, it might be worthwhile. Just bring it in, spend $100 on it, see if somebody will just plug it in and then put it under vacuum and just say, hey, load it up and let's see what happens. It could also be that there's a sensor, or it could be it has a leak, it has pressure.
Yeah, I haven't taken a look because again I don't use AC very much, but it'd be nice to know what's going on.